Well, people ask me about that, whether I noticed David's sort of genius or whatever you want to call it earlier on. Not until he started really concentrating on learning the guitar and really construct songs. And I think Space Odyssey was probably the first serious song that showed the seeds of what was to come, you know.
Anthony New was an artist that influenced David a lot. You can tell playing either one of them, they sound pretty well the same. David, the first time he went out to the States, which was 72, for a mini tour, met Andy Warhol at the factory and played him the track Andy Warhol. And I think, as David told me, Andy just kind of stared into space at one point, looked down at his shoes and said, "I like your shoes." So that didn't go so well. Yeah, good on Andy.
In the summer of 1972, Tony DeFries was planning how he would make David a superstar. He wanted a photographer that would bring a level of creativity and excellence to David's image.
You know, David just a bloke that wore a dress walking down Beckenham High Street. I'd seen him do that. We all ran out the shop to have a look, you know. It was like, look, there's that bloke with the dress. She'd run out and have a look. But David's an extraordinary person to look at. He's quite tall, white, beautiful white translucent skin. It's really long neck, and if you want short hair, you have to have that kind of physique. And his physique was slim, beautifully, you know, great posture. I said, short hair would look really good on you. The second he saw himself with that red hair, I mean, Ziggy was born that night for me. That was the night Ziggy was born. It looked amazing.
He always loved theatre and wanted his music to be theatrical. He associated what he wanted to do, his performing, with theatre and music combined. But he wanted to do something totally different.
He said to me at one point, he said, I hate rock and roll. Rock and roll is shit. I don't like it. He said, I said, well, you know, what would you rather do? He said, I like to be a designer.
I guess you have to remember there wasn't much brightness around at that particular time. So walking out in flashy, glittery clothes with makeup on and hair standing on end, with an alien super god as a front man, was pretty, you know, was pretty far out. We couldn't stand there as three Yorkshiremen from a pub in Beverley, Yorkshire, and just, you know, play behind Ziggy Stardust, if you like. It wouldn't have worked. It would have been laughed off. So we had to play the same part.
I mean, the end of Ziggy was swift and merciless, you know. It was like, chop, 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 you are gone. That was a smart move. Otherwise you can't trot out Ziggy forever, can you, you know? He left him in time before that was the only identity that he had. So it was a smart move of David's to start.
Ultimately, none of the sessions were used, but it was a good process to see how David would really connect with a photographer. And this was to be the beginning of an ongoing partnership that would last 9 years.
It's the biggest kick I know. I know all the drugs and, you know, you get a different kind of buzz off those, but stage is just something else. It's partaking of people. I'm very much a character when I go on stage, I feel. Yeah, I believe in my part all the way down the line, right way down. But I do play it for all it's worth, because that's the way I do my stage thing. That's part of what Bowie's supposed to be all about. I'm an actor.
I was not a natural performer. I didn't feel at ease on stage. I had created this one character, Ziggy Stardust, that it seemed that I would be the one that would play him. I like the idea, and I felt really comfortable going on stage as somebody else. And so I became Ziggy Stardust for that period.